Hi there, this is Jay here from Jeremy Jacob Letting Specialists. Today I'm going to talk about new builds versus old builds. Okay, so new builds. What's great about new builds is when you get a fresh, new flat, you can buy them off plan even. You can get a discount as well if you buy off plan. Slightly more risk, but you need to take assurances to make sure it's a good, reputable developer if you're doing that. But the good thing with new builds is everything's fresh. Normally, interior design wise is in line with today's modern standards. Everything's new, integrated, and it comes with a guarantee for a number of years. You got total peace of mind. The roof is all fresh, new tiles on the roof. Everything's good. And there's no nooks and crannies that you would find in an old period conversion. So sound insulation is normally going to be much better. You're less likely the possibilities of having damp issues or mold issues. And look, an elephant in the room is rodents, mice, rats. You're less likely to get those in a new build, far more likely to get those in a period conversion. So you might ask, well, it's all about new builds, right? Well, we are in a day and age where we are always talking about a housing shortage in this country, and the government aren't building property, flats, houses at the appropriate rate. So new builds are popping up, and they will be the future of all modern property. But the ones that will always hold their worth to a degree are the old properties. It all links back to, the king in their castle, owning your own property, having that beautiful exterior of a period conversion, old style property. There's feelings, royal family, all of that, heritage, class, and lineage, that sort of thing, right? So you can't rebuild an old property. So over time and years to continue going by, there will be less and less old build properties. So they are always going to hold their weight. One may argue that they will always, for that reason, go up the most in capital growth. However, period conversion properties, they come with a number of pitfalls, which we've already sort of touched upon. They take a lot more maintenance, and you may need to put a lot of investment into communal parts. Normally, if you're a leaseholder of a period property, you will find that you have to do external redecorations every number of years. It all adds up. Window maintenance, more chance of leaks in the roof, big high ceilings, beautiful high ceilings, but the energy costs in running those flats as a tenant is far more expensive. You think about those beautiful cornice ceilings, whether it's super high. So these things are all things you have to take into consideration with new builds versus old builds. So one thing that I'll always say is that period conversions are the most attractive properties, definitely have the most demand because there's less of them, and over time there will continue to be less of them. So as an investor, surely a old build is going to be more attractive, but it costs more to buy. And the thing is with new builds, one thing that you have to take into consideration is that when you get a new build for the first time, that's your opportunity to get the best of the best rents, and that's great. But then what happens is if another new building pops up around the corner, then that building becomes the new jewel in the area, and it does result in your building softening in terms of capital appreciation and definitely rents. And then once your fresh new apartment that you might be renting out, it sort of goes down in value because it's been lived in. I would argue that after 5, 6, 7 years, the property starts to degrade, and then you have to start thinking about investing in new features inside the apartment. Okay, so you have to be careful with new builds, because you will find that capital appreciation will be affected. Now, capital appreciation with old builds is always generally better, but like I say, you have to invest more money. And one thing which is definitely looming, which may have a big effect in the future, is in 2025, the EPC rating is going to be changing, and it's going to be harder, more strict. It's going up to a level C, which most new builds will easily pass that. A lot of new builds will be coming in with a B or an A. So therefore, if you are an owner currently of a period conversion or older style property, you will be having to factor in investment in maintaining your property if you want to be able to rent it in the upcoming future. So there is more investment to be made there, and that will have an effect in your decision making. So in conclusion, new builds, lower maintenance, less opportunity for capital growth. Rents will soften over time, but you've got low maintenance and an easy asset to manage. Old builds, period conversions, more desirable, more attractive, higher rents, capital appreciation will be better, but you will have to invest more resources, time, energy, expense into it. And yes, you should factor that into your financial plan when deciding which one to go for. I hope this helps.